everybody. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday indeed.
Thanks for joining us to kick off another beautiful San Diego weekend.
This is me looking natural.
I told him to look natural. I guess he really took it to heart. Okay, so we're going to be chatting about the market for one brief minute.
Uno momento.
Yes, and then we'll talk about weekend events, and then we're going to give Eric a surprise pop quiz on San Diego trivia.
Oh no.
You like surprise pop quizzes.
Okay. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself.
All right, shall we do market minute?
Boy, there was something I wanted to rant about.
Well,
I'll
I'm
think
sure
of
you'll
it.
think of it.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed, I
okay.
will.
And
So this week in San Diego real estate, the number of homes for sale ticked up again by 67 units. That because new listings were down, but pending sales were down more. And this is interesting given that rates came down so much over the past few days and has not spiked pending sales at all. Is that a indicator of something, or just the summer doldrums? Or is it just the first week of this NAR thing that has everybody reeling? I don't know, but we'll see what happens next week. Now, with about 20 seconds left, I will talk about rates. And they are at 6.46 this week, relatively flat from the previous week and way, way down from their high here earlier this year, and way, way, way down from their high back here last November. So that's good news for buyers, potentially good news for sellers who are buying, and that's what's happening.
all right, very good. Okay, so let's not do that.
Don't look at that slide.
Don't look at that
Pretend
slide.
you didn't see that slide.
That's an old slide. You don't want to see that one anymore. Let's talk about, we're going to do a brief recap of some stuff that happened this week. Now I'm going to turn on the noise for this. Do you want to hear the noise or no?
Oh, geez, yeah, sure. Let's listen to this noise some more.
We might actually freak out if we hear this again. But, So this is our backyard, and if you've been with us for a while, you probably know that Lennar Homes is building a park back here, and they're building what they say is what do they call it?
What do they call what?
The thing they're building behind our fence.
Shoal Creek.
No, a
temporary. This is a temporary retention basin.
A temporary retention basin, which involves a lot of digging and clanging and banging and crashing. Here's just a brief snippet of what's been going on behind our house all week long. Here comes this bulldozer. I should have turned. There's no way you can capture how noisy and dusty it is.
No.
You really can't. This isn't actually a good representation of the noise, but you can see how there's a lot of dirt moving around.
And a bulldozer right there.
Right, and that's the view from our kitchen window too.
Right.
From our bedroom, so. I don't know why it's not beeping, but usually when it backs up, there's a loud beeping noise.
Well.
So you can kind of get a little picture.
That's what's been going on all week long. Interestingly enough, that was a lovely sort of rolling green open space before, which to me looked like perfect for a park.
It looked like a park, but I guess in order to make it official park, they have to do all kinds of grading and dirt moving and building of other stuff.
I want to say that last week we were talking about fans watching and shouting out to those who commented, and we had Drum Adrian.
Oh, you want to do the shout outs at the beginning? Okay, that's fine.
Well, we'll say Drum Adrian, you know, it's been with us a long time. Apparently still watching, hadn't heard from them in a while.
Thank you, nice to hear from you.
Yes, and then
Grown Up Gaming.
Shout
out Grown Up Gaming.
Shout out to Grown Up Gaming, and of course Light Iced Coffee.
Appreciate you all.
And on the Facebook side, Crickets.
Art. We had Art.
Where the hell's Art?
I don't know, but we need to get Art onto YouTube because all of our Facebook folks seem to have gone away when we switched to the new format. But
and which was like 2 years ago.
We're still here for some reason.
Right.
All right. Anyway, so other recap from this week. Let's talk very briefly. We had a closing which was monumental because I think this is these are the clients that you've spent the most time shopping for a home with. This is a record?
Yes, it's
now, how long did these folks shop for a home with you?
3.5 years.
Yes.
3.5 years.
Finally closed this week.
They did. They sure did. And a more happy occasion it could not have been.
It doesn't usually take that long.
Not at all.
These folks were looking for something very, very particular.
At first, they were looking for something extremely particular. Then they tweaked their criteria, or made some trade-offs, and then it just took a really long time due to a variety of factors.
Okay, well, now they're closed.
Not factors that had anything to do with me.
No. And people, there's a lot of stuff going on with, do we need a buyer's agent now with the new shakeup?
Oh my gosh.
And there was a lot of stuff that happened that illustrated how
Yes.
you do need representation if you're buying a home.
You've got to. I mean, this is the biggest financial transaction you're ever going to embark upon. And it's really impossible to explain to you the nuances of everything that an experienced buyer's agent does for you during the process, unless you've been through the process.
And you'd have to look at a long record of calls to escrow, and it would get very boring and very detailed.
Yes.
But can you give just a little bit of a Cliff's note on one or two things that happened that you had to step in?
Well, I mean, let's just
solve
take
a problem.
I mean, here's one minor example. The listing agent in the multiple listing system in the private remarks said that the seller had already paid for 1 year of HOA dues. And so when I'm writing the offer, the seller's agent said, that's already paid for. No need to put it in the contract. So I said, fine, against my better judgment, didn't go in the contract. And then come to find out, day before closing, I'm talking to escrow, and lo and behold, the HOA dues aren't paid. And so I had to rattle some cages and make some phone calls and show some people some documentation of things that they had previously said. And then whammy, all of a sudden it was paid for. So
and that's just one small thing. There's a bunch of other stuff that happened too.
That's like one of the tiniest. I only use that because it's kind of the quickest story. But I mean, the termite company left some wood that was not. They said it was fine, and I went and I poked my key into it, and it was not fine. It was a piece of wood that was filled with that spray foam stuff, and so I had to get them back. I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff, little details that
It adds up, though. I mean, this is going to cost people probably tens of thousands of dollars if they had to just deal with it on their own.
Yeah, the HOA thing would have been expensive. The termite thing would have been expensive. Getting the house rekeyed after closing. I've got access to a service that'll do that at an extreme discount, just because of the length of a relationship and the volume of business over the years. I mean, there's you name it. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things that go into it. And when you're going through a major transaction, you want somebody who's extremely experienced and skilled on your side.
Yes, you do.
And you want them to be compensated, because this is how they make a living. And if they don't make a living that way, then you get to, get some hourly person or somebody who does it for a flat fee or something. But I'll tell you what, somebody like myself, who's been doing it for 21 years and 400 plus transactions, is, I'm going to get paid what I need to get paid to make it profitable, or I'm going to go work at Costco.
All right, well, let's move on to weekend events. So this weekend, Guy Fieri is in town. Hey, did you hear about this?
I did.
And it's not unusual for Guy to be in town because he often visits local restaurants for his show. But this weekend, he's here for personal reasons. He's moving his son into the dorms at SDSU.
Wow.
Yeah, so he might have been there on the same day as we were there for orientation. I don't know, maybe we missed him. But we're going tomorrow for convocation to SDSU, and he's got to go to convocation, right?
Maybe.
So maybe he'll be there, maybe we'll see him, maybe he'll want to hang out.
Maybe we'll have him on the show next week. Somehow, I mean, I've heard him pronounce his name, and somehow it's like Fieri.
It's Italian, right?
Yeah, but I've never, I guess, I don't know if the ERI in Italian is like a...
I can't really do that. I mean, I had 4 years of Spanish in high school, so I can pronounce like Spanish words, but Italian, I would sound stupid trying to say it.
Well,
so I have to.
I try anyway.
Okay, it's like so we're going to a thing for my dance group tomorrow, and everybody's supposed to bring stuff for the potluck, and we're supposed to bring. Now I've looked into it since then, but it's a caprese skewers.
Caprese, yeah.
Okay.
Caprese.
So people were talking about what they were bringing, and I didn't say what I was bringing because I wasn't sure how to pronounce it, and I didn't want to sound foolish.
Didn't want to appear foolish.
I didn't want to appear foolish in front of my friends. So I just put it in the group chat later, but then I asked Gemini how to pronounce it. So.
And what did Gemini tell you?
I forgot. I'm going to have to look again before tomorrow.
Well, Guy, welcome to San Diego.
Yes, we're going to be low-key stalking you at Convocation if we can.
And we're going to be trying to get you back to the house for some drinks and to show us how to make caprese.
Well, tomorrow we'll have already probably, you're going to make we'll work, I guess I haven't told you you're making it yet.
Oh.
No, I'll help you. We'll prep tomorrow because I have to go to my dance thing tomorrow, and you're coming later because you're just a spectator. But the dancers have to be there early. So.
When do I need to be there?
I don't know.
Oh.
Later, maybe 6:45.
Okay. What time is it over?
I don't know.
Oh.
We'll think of it later.
Okay.
It's all happening later.
Am I gonna? Okay.
It's going to be okay. You have time to find Guy Fieri and get him to help you make the caprese.
Hey, Guy Fieri!
Okay, let's talk about some other stuff.
All right.
Let's talk about Sunday night, where the Tuna Harbor Dockside Market is having a night market. Now, we've talked about this before and toyed with the idea of going to this Dockside Market. Tuna Harbor, is that what it's called? That doesn't sound right.
No, it is.
Okay. Anyway, there's a fish.
That's what they call that little harbor right there at Seaport
Oh,
Village.
okay. Well, there's a fish market there on Saturdays, and we've toyed with the idea of going there before. Haven't made it yet, but they're having a celebration for their 10th anniversary on Sunday night. So you can buy a ticket to go down there, and they have all kinds of local chefs who will be serving up seafood. And it costs $108 for a ticket, which sounds a little pricey. But there's a long list of local restaurants. They're having musicians and stuff. So I looked where the tickets are. Okay, so it's right down there on the water.
What night is this?
It is Sunday, 6 to 10 p.m. So, I mean, look at all these local restaurants here. They're going to have chefs, and you get, so your ticket includes one tasting from each chef. I don't see Mitch's here, but
No.
that's okay.
That used to be the heart of the tuna industry in San Diego, which was the heart of the tuna industry on the West Coast, I think. Them here in Monterey.
They said something about that in the article I originally found this on. So I decided to go to the website for the fish market because I had, not thought about it in a while, and I wanted to see what was going on there. And I see here, okay, so it's open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Well, you don't have to get up too early in the morning, which was my objection before. They have a cutting booth there, so you don't have to clean your own fish. And this was what caught my attention. Grab food at Dockside Fish and Chips. Stop by each Saturday morning during market hours. Weekly serving up poke, fish and chips, and ceviche. Now, I never had heard of this, and I kind of consider myself a fish and chips aficionado here in San Diego. Just, local hole-in-the-wall places. Y'all know my favorite is Mitch's, of course. Point Loma Seafood, also good. But then I'm thinking, well, how did I not know about this? And I kind of felt bad that I had never heard of it, and I felt like I should. So I looked it up. Now, there's one in PB, and there's one right there by the fish market. And yeah, it's in the same location as the fish market. The menu seems it's very limited, but I guess they have, just whatever they can have there fresh. Poke bowl, uni, bento, spiny lobster, fish and chips, $18. That's kind of what it costs for fresh fish and chips. Seared tuna sando, that looks pretty good. Grilled prawn, grilled spot, I don't know what a spot prawn is. I guess it's chowder, okay. Bacon, I can't eat that. All right. And then the only side they have
is... Just pretend it doesn't have bacon.
I'll just scoop out the bacon bits and you can eat them. Ceviche is the only side, but, I guess if you've got all this other stuff, you don't really need that many other sides. So, again, going back to feeling bad about myself for not realizing it was there, I looked at it on Google Earth. So, this is what it looks like on Google Earth. And I was like, okay, well, if this is what it is on Google Earth, then it can't be it can't have been around that long. So
No.
I guess I just hadn't heard of it yet. So this is what the location looks like on Google Earth, but apparently this is now a fish restaurant.
Okay.
And then if you look around here, that's where the market is going to be over there. So I don't know, maybe one of these Saturdays we'll go check it out.
Yes.
Not tomorrow because we'll be busy stalking Guy Fieri at Convocation and making caprese skewers, but maybe some other time.
Yes.
Okay, so in other news, I'm sorry. One more thing about this. So they put every week on their Facebook what kind of fish they're going to have tomorrow. So if you did go tomorrow, look at all this fish they have and the prices too. I mean, that's pretty reasonably priced for fresh fish, yeah?
Yeah, albacore, that's good. Rock crab, black cod, $8.50.
Bluefin tuna loin, that's got to be good.
That's a
ahi
good,
loin,
yeah.
ahi loin, and $14 a pound. That seems pretty reasonable.
It is. Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, fish.
That's definitely better pricing than Point Loma, but
You got to go down there and.
sardines, $8 a pound. Sand dabs, dang.
We've talked a lot about the fish, so maybe we should probably move on now. We were sorry we talked so long about
Move
fish,
on
but
from
we're going
the
to talk
fish.
about something else now.
Okay.
We're going to talk about how a man from San Diego ran 100 miles to his girlfriend's house in Los Angeles. So, okay, I'm just going to put on this video. Do you still have your ears in?
500 miles. Oh, sorry.
All right, here we go.
Neighborhood All-Stars, sponsored by your San Diego County.
Crazy idea of just running from my front door to my girlfriend's front
All right,
door
this
in
dude
LA.
used to be a Navy
Crazy
SEAL.
is an understatement, especially for a guy who started running marathons just 2 years ago.
I do that drive a few times a month. I was just sitting on the 5 in traffic. I was like, I bet I could get there faster if I ran.
I think we've all had that
100-mile
feeling.
trek from
I
Pacific
could
Beach to
get there
Los
faster if I
Angeles,
just
Green
got out
would
and
help.
started walking.
Getting the assist from his friend Jocko Willink, a former Navy SEAL who started the energy drink company Jocko Fuel and also a club partner of San Diego FC.
They did everything that, was
This guy looks
needed
pretty
to get it
fit,
done.
Navy SEAL. It seems like, running 100 miles, that's a lot. But if anybody
That's a
could do it,
long
yeah.
friggin' run.
Accompanied by his girlfriend
And his
Josie
girlfriend
and
went
a crew
with
of
him,
friends
too. They're
and
running to her
photographers
house, but
who
she's
encouraged
there,
him on his
so.
path.
I felt it was easy because I had people with me.
Apparently it took him 32 hours to run 100 miles.
83, Aaron hit a wall. He started to doubt himself. The people around him started to
Mile
doubt him
83,
too.
things
And
got a
then
little
he
rough.
remembered the one thing that would help him finish the race: music.
First time I put music in was 83 miles into it.
Why would you wait
Usually
till mile
it would be
83
some
to
kind of
listen to
house,
music?
EDM,
I don't like to listen to music when I
some
run.
rap.
Those tunes carried him to his final stop, 32 hours after he started.
I used to like to listen to Ice Cube while I was running, training for
I was
half
honestly
marathons.
like, damn, this is over. Like, I got sad, I was emotional, I was happy. It sucked, but I live for this stuff. I loved every second of it.
Anyway, he did it.
Good for
100
him.
miles.
That's a hell of
Yeah.
a run. I ran 6 miles this week.
Well, that's pretty good. That's probably more miles than most people ran.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to La Jolla, where Sky Ranger 7, which is a San Diego News helicopter, captured a Torrey Pines bluff collapse. So they were there to look at something else, but then they saw a bluff collapsing, so the helicopter comes over and shoots the bluff collapsing. And this is off Black's Beach here.
And the vibration from the helicopter probably
No,
helped the
oops,
bluff.
well, okay, that I caught it like towards the end there. Sorry, folks. Here we go. This is going to be exciting. I know this stretch of beach really well too, because during the pandemic, like that's how I would get out, is I would go to Torrey Pines and park and walk all the way to the Mushroom House and then back, and that's like a 9-mile round trip. So you have to walk the whole expanse of Black's Beach and some other stuff. Anyway, this cliff is collapsing, and they're talking about how the cliff is collapsing just north of San Diego's famed glider port. Well, I looked at this video and I'm thinking that's not just north of the glider port, because I know where this is. There's like this service road right here. And you can only park there. It's gated, and you can only get in if you're like, I think it's for lifeguards and other, emergency responders.
Mitch
and
Buchanan could get it.
Mitch Buchanan, yeah, he would have a key to get in there. All right, well, cliff collapse.
Yes.
Okay, so now I don't want to sound like a know-it-all or a jerk, but they're saying this is just north of the glider port, and that's not true. It's not just north of the glider port. I'm going to go here to Google Maps. Let me move us over real quick. Now you can see here where the glider port is, okay? So there are no access roads or trails to the north here. There aren't any until past Flat Rock, I believe, which is right here, and you can only get past it if you sort of take a kind of a dangerous trail or wait for low tide. But there aren't any ways for cars to get down until just south of it right here. So I'm going to show you where this is here.
So it's south of the glider.
Yes, it's south of the glider
Yes.
port, and I don't know why it's important for me to point this out, but
Because they got it wrong.
Okay, so this is that spot. So you can see right here, there's like this little V-shaped thing.
Yes.
And see this building right here?
Yes.
Okay, now I think we can all agree this is south of the glider port, yeah?
Yeah, it's south.
Okay, so let's go back here, and let's see. I'm trying to get to that spot where it showed it. Oh, now they're punishing me for, okay. So look, there's the building right there.
Yes.
There's that little, well, I paused it, but you saw it, that little building right there.
Yes,
Okay.
and the road,
That's
yeah.
the same spot, right?
Yes.
South of the glider port.
It's south, folks.
Yes. It took me a really long time to prove that NBC7 got that wrong. I'm not sure why.
Not
that's important,
surprising.
but- okay. All right. Well, let's move on to something else. The Birch Aquarium. So we haven't been there for a while, but that's a great spot.
Indeed.
Yes. They're replacing their Hall of Fishes with a new exhibit that's going to be available in 2025. You remember the Hall of Fishes? You've been to the Hall of Fishes. We'll go back to it.
Okay. I don't remember I mean, yes, I remember the
Okay.
Birch Aquarium. I don't remember anything called the Hall of Fishes. but-
Okay. Well, we're gonna look at the Hall of Fishes, and,
Okay.
and you'll remember. So they're making this new exhibit called Journey Through the Pacific Ocean. It sounds like it's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So away with the Hall of Fishes.
Be gone, Hall of Fishes.
Yes, get out of here, Hall of Fishes. Oh, this isn't the, well, okay. I'm just going to play this video because I thought I had a different website up that I didn't have, but digital displays. I'm not sure that's better than real fishes, but they're going to have some real fishes and some digital displays. I don't even know what this is. Sorry, guys. Sometimes when you're live, weird stuff happens. Okay. There we go. I need a minute.
So some of these are going to be digital displays?
Living seas.
I would prefer if they were real fish.
They're going to have some real fish. It sounds like they're going to have some big octopi and some other things, but that was a very short news story.
Yes.
All right. And is this NBC7 again?
Yeah.
All right. They did it again.
You screwed me again, Seven.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, new exhibit, but let's take one last look at the Hall of Fishes. You're going to have to listen to the sound again. This travel blogger is going to take us through the Hall of Fishes, and you're going to remember it.
Rays
you've
on
been
the
here before.
bottom of the beach. All right, so here we are going into the Hall of Fishes. I think it has such a great name. I'm gonna just kind of walk you through this without any cuts so you can see how big it is. In fact, it's not that big. It's pretty small as far as
I like the Hall
aquariums
of
go.
Fishes. I hope that whatever they
But
make is
there
better,
are a
but-
couple of cool things in here. Back in here, we've got a giant octopus right up there in
Okay,
the corner.
starfish,
This
octopi.
one kind of
Oh, the
rounded
jellies,
pops
that's
out.
my
This
favorite.
is pretty cool.
They have some cool
Clean, easy to
bioluminescent
see the
moon
jellyfish
jellies, too.
that are in here. And
All right, other different
apparently,
fish. Anyway,
this
it's a
is
hallway
my
with all
color,
kinds of
but
different fish.
When you're out swimming
Hall
at
of
the
fishes.
beach in San Diego,
Pretty cool.
you'll find a
Yeah.
ton of this.
Get over there and check it out before they tear it out and replace it with a digital screen. I
Well,
guess.
September 29th, that's when, that's the last day to see it.
It's going to turn into AI fishes.
Now, have you ever heard of this news publication called OB Rag? The
Nope.
OB Rag?
Sure
I
haven't.
hadn't either, but I stumbled upon it today. It's some kind of publication from Ocean Beach serving OB, the peninsula, and San Diego beaches. Now, they have this, they're running a contest called the Worst ADU Contest, and you have 2 days left to submit. So they're trying to find the worst ADU in San Diego. If you haven't sent in the address of a local ADU eyesore, time's running out. This contest set out to convey how the modest granny flat concept has spawned grotesquely large buildings on small lots.
It has.
Along the way, it opened a heated debate about the social and ethical aspects of building massive ADUs.
Yes.
Yes. Now, I'm not sure which way these folks lean and how they feel about it, but they're saying here, by concocting an extra bonus ADU program, Mayor Todd Gloria perverted the state's original ADU program to make San Diego an outlier in urban densification. Yeah. Anyway, if you know of a bad ADU, send it to these folks at the OB RAG. Maybe you could win the contest. I don't know if there's a prize. It seems like there should be a prize.
There should be, but they probably don't have any money, so
Well, maybe they'll just give you a shout out in their newsletter.
they should.
All right. Well, there wasn't a whole lot of really good, interesting news this week, so I decided that we would do a quiz instead.
Okay.
Now, are you ready to take a quiz?
I guess.
Okay. So, National Geographic. You trust National Geographic to put together a trustworthy quiz, right?
I do.
Okay. So, for some reason, this quiz is in 2 parts, and that's okay. But you're going to answer the questions. Now, what is the median age of San Diego's population?
Wow. So the median would be half older, half younger.
Well, actually, median is you string out all the numbers, and the middlemost is the median. So that's different than average. But for these, I don't know how technically they're getting here.
I'm going to say the median age is 51.
Okay.
Wrong.
32. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
More than half of the U.S. supply of what crop is produced in San Diego County?
Avocados.
Yes. The world-famous San Diego Zoo has how many animals?
I mean, who the hell knows? It's a lot of animals. More than 3,600.
Okay. Wow, more than 4,000.
Wow. Okay.
I guess I don't know if that's individual animals or different species of animals, but they weren't specific.
Yeah.
You would know this one. Which European explorer discovered San Diego Bay?
Cabrillo.
Yeah, everybody knows that. In 1847, oh, you know this one too. In 1847, a battalion of men of what faith arrived in San Diego, completing a 19,000-mile journey from Iowa? I thought there were some women and children in this party too. Maybe I've gotten my history
that would be
wrong.
The Mormons, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you got 3 out of 5. That's not bad.
Okay.
But now you're going to take part 2.
Oh boy.
Who was the first of the San Diego Padres to enter the Baseball Hall of Fame?
Ooh, oh yeah. Willie McCovey.
Okay. Dave Winfield.
Oh.
What was Wyatt Earp's primary occupation while he lived in San Diego in the 1880s?
He was a sheriff, wasn't he?
Oh, gambler.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like a lot of
On a warm
it was kind of
summer's
split.
evening, Wyatt Earp bound for nowhere.
In what year was the Hale telescope at the Palomar Observatory completed?
God damn. I have no flipping clue. 1948.
Oh, correct. I guess you know more about telescopes than I thought.
I guess so.
How much did Qualcomm founder and CEO Irwin Jacobs donate to the San Diego Symphony? Who would know this? This is a silly question. Just guess.
$120 million.
Okay, $120 million. Oh, correct. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
100% of people picked that? Is that what that means?
I guess.
Okay.
All right. One more. In what year was San Diego incorporated as a city?
Ooh.
Boy, this is a really tight time frame, too.
I'm going to say it was 1863.
Okay. Close. 1850. 0% of the people guessed that, though. So nobody got that one right. All right. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You don't sound it.
Thank you for giving me a pop quiz, which I failed.
Well, some of those questions were pretty silly. I mean, who would know, how much money that guy donated?
Well, I guessed and I got it right.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so let's go to Santa Cruz now, where, oh, you need this back. Don't give me this yet. A 19-year-old may have broken the Guinness World Record for bike surfing.
Okay.
So I had never heard of bike surfing before, although I think I might have seen some people doing this out on the street.
Apparently, there's a whole community of people who ride their bikes like this.
Have you seen people doing this? This looks very
There's
dangerous.
even a world record for longest distance traveled by bicycle surfing. 19-year-old Santa Cruz resident Brock Johnson, a professional stunt rider,
that seems like a good name for a bicycle surfer from Santa Cruz.
Right.
I wonder if that's his real
got in touch
name.
with Guinness World Records, and it said it was only 80 meters.
80
Most of the time I
meters,
go on
that's
a
not
bike
very-
ride, I will do the bicycle surf stunt, and I'll surpass 80 meters just about every time.
Johnson's friends are almost immune to the stunts that he pulls off, including this one. They believe he can ride circles around anyone in the world, even at such a young age.
We're pretty in touch with the whole bike community on Instagram, and so we've seen guys who claim to be the
Phoenix
the
Campbell.
best
That's
bike
pretty good
surfers
name
out
too.
there,
Not as
and
good as Brock
really
Johnson,
none of
but
them
it's pretty
compare
good
to
too.
the stuff Brock can do on his bike.
Now to the moment of truth. Johnson racing down the track with the goal of getting at least 100 meters,
All right, let's see this.
20 meters past the record. On his final attempt at the record, he hops up and begins surfing on his bike, almost as if he's gliding through the air. Before you know it,
It
he's
does
past the
look fun,
100-meter
but I don't
mark
know.
and stops at 200 meters, letting out a roar of victory.
Okay.
Yay,
all right.
Brock Johnson.
Okay, so he submitted the evidence, and he hasn't gotten the world record yet, but he submitted the evidence, and the decision is pending.
Okay.
All right.
Now what?
I don't know. That ended rather abruptly. Now I don't know what else to talk about.
What's in the last tab there?
Oh, that's something else for another time.
You
don't
can't
don't
see,
look at
guys
that. You
can't
can't
see
see
that
that tab.
Well, yeah, I mean, somehow we've gone 30, 37, 38 minutes here.
Well, I guess we need to get to dinner and then maybe some prep work for the caprese skewers.
Fun.
You don't sound very excited.
Well, I just, okay. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, caprese skewers.
You're going to make a balsamic reduction too.
Oh, okay.
You like that, right?
Sure.
Okay.
That's easy.
Good.
All right, folks. We want you to have a phenomenal weekend. We want you to come back again and check us out next week. And, you know.
If you see Guy Fieri, let us know where he is because we're looking for him.
Or Guy Fieri.
Yes, however you pronounce it.
Either one of those guys.
All right. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.